This is KCTV English News. I'm Nick Brontes. Beginning next year, all students from families with 3 or more children qualify for financial assistance for after-school activities and lessons. The Provincial Office of Education says that plan is included in the 1.2 trillion won budget proposal for 2019 that it will submit to the Provincial Council. The total is 107.8 billion won more, or 9.9% higher than this year's budget. 4.3 billion will be spent on after-school activities, which will be the first support of its kind in the nation. The office will also provide financial assistance for the treatment of 4 types of disease, including childhood cancer, cardiovascular and cerebrovascular ailments, and rare incurable diseases. Other plans for next year include the formation of a committee on public opinion on Jeju education, support for students entering foreign universities, and a stronger focus on peace and human rights education related to the April 3rd incident. Medical authorities say locals need to do more to prevent chickenpox, as the number of people contracting it is growing by the year. The provincial government says some 1,300 locals came down with it in 2016. That number grew to 1,500 last year, and it mushroomed to 2,700 and counting this year. Most patients are infants and elementary school students. Local officials are asking everyone to get their chickenpox vaccinations, pay attention to personal hygiene, and refrain from outside activities if you do come down with it. The Seogwipo Coast Guard uncovered 26 violations over its 1-month marine pollution crackdown. Most of the cases, 16, involved leaving waste oil containers around ports, and 7 involved vessels that lacked the required marine pollution prevention certificate. Another 2 involved the direct dumping of waste into the sea, and the Coast Guard booked without detention the violators involved in those cases. Everyone else was fined for their transgressions. Over the past decade, garlic, carrot, and cabbage production has fallen on the island, while farmers have grown more onions. The Jeju branch of the Honam Regional Statistics Office says garlic production is down 48.6%. The numbers for carrots and cabbages are 50.6% and 30.8% respectively. Onion production, however, is up 58.8% over the past 10 years. Over the same period, the area dedicated to growing mandarin oranges grew by 1.3% to 21,000 hectares, but production of the fruit fell by 6.3%. Jeju is getting closer to having its own branch of the National Forensic Service. One of the island's National Assembly members, Kang Chang-il, says the Public Administration and Security Committee has passed a proposal to release 4.5 billion won in funding next year to establish and operate the branch office. The budget includes funding for personnel, remodeling, operations, equipment, and informatization. The NFS has 5 regional offices: Seoul, Daegu, Daejeon, Gwangju, and Busan. As it stands now, whenever local authorities are in need of the service, they must seek it through the main NFS office. A second site feasibility study for the island's second airport will be done by the end of the month. The results are expected early next year. Mike Balfour reports.
Seoul has been redoing the feasibility study on the island's second airport since July. The new 3-month-long study was aimed at meeting local residents' demands for transparency in the process of site selection. A review panel was organized in September to monitor the feasibility study. Meanwhile, area residents in the selected site for the new airport asked for an extension period to December to conduct the study. Despite the demand, the feasibility study will end this month. The review panel conditionally agreed to close the second investigation.
우선 첫째, 검토위를 진행하고 있는 기간에는 제주사 연구진이 참석해서 답변을 하도록 한다. 둘째, 검토위에서 추가 조사를 요구할 때는 보완 조사 등 작업을 수행한다.
The second feasibility study review panel is going to look into reasons why alternatives to building the second airport were excluded, evaluation criteria for selecting a site, and assessment results of 31 candidate sites.
신공항을 도지사가 공문 한 장으로 이제 도지사 요청으로 그 제대로 된 평가를 안 하고 빼버렸는데 그것이 타당하냐? 그런 정치적으로 이게 도지사가 그렇게 공문 한 장으로 이거는 빼달라고 해서 빼버려서 균형 있던 평가가 안 되는 게 타당하냐라는 문제가 하나 있었고요.
In the meantime, the panel will look into the grounds for the estimate of 45 million passengers for the second airport. It will also probe into reasons why the ground survey in Songsan was replaced with an alternative investigation. The panel has announced it will release the results of the second feasibility study and its recommendations in February next year. Mike Balfour, KCTV.
Fruit lovers won't want to miss the Jeju International Citrus Expo in Seogwipo. Hallin Park is exhibiting over 10,000 flowers in its annual Chrysanthemum Festival. The winds will die down and the sky will clear up by Friday afternoon. For the details, here's your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 14 and the afternoon high 18 degrees. We'll have a bigger spread down south. Temperatures in Seogwipo will fall between 13 and 19. In Songsan, the low before lunch will be 12 and the high later on 18 degrees. Across the island in Gosan, temperatures will range from 14 to 17. And the morning low at higher elevations like Songpanak will be 7, and the afternoon high 12 degrees. Taking a look at the marine forecast, winds will be out of the west and northwest at 8 to 16 meters per second, and seas will be between 1 and 4 meters, with the rougher conditions coming earlier in the day. And here's what's in store for us over the next few days. That brings us to the end of today's newscast. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll tune in next time. Until then, find us online at eng.kctvjeju.com. 시청자 여러분, 고맙습니다.